My name's Philippe Simet. I'm a philosopher, and I'm interested in what architecture can tell us about our lifestyles. I'll take you to explore some of the most remarkable habitats on the planet in order to discover their meaning and to share their riches. Varanasi, formerly Benares, is located in northeastern India in the state of Uttar Pradesh. Crossed by the river Ganges, it is the holy city of India. Up to 1 million pilgrims come here to purify themselves every year. Holy texts describe it as an eternal city, preserved from the movement of space and time. And it's one of the most ancient cities in the world. Varanasi is a holy site. In Sanskrit, it's known as a tirtha, which means crossing place, one that is as physical as it is spiritual. It was founded through and for religion. Today, it enjoys an economic boom and a rise in population that speeds up the modernization. How do religion and modernity live side by side? Does the religious fervor, which traditionally drives Varanasi, help or hinder the city's development? I decide to leave the banks of the Ganges to discover the inner city and its maze-like alleyways. As I leave the river, I enter the mayhem of a city of over 3 million inhabitants, fast-moving, noisy, and crowded. Ojay Ratan Banerjee is a historian and an expert on the architectural heritage of Varanasi. He knows the city and its many changes better than anyone else. There's so much traffic here and an incredible amount of noise.
Absolument hallucinant.
Last 10 to 5 years, our vehicles, number of vehicles is very much increased. So there is a jam and noise pollution is everywhere. But obviously there is a way we will come through from that thing also. This city is about 3,000 years old.
Ah oui, oui.
Gradually, it develops in the southward side, adjacent to Ganga.
When did this very modern city develop?
Presently, you are seeing some are 50 years back old, or some are 25 years old, and some are very modern.
The city has already expanded beyond its original boundaries. Do you think that it will expand even further?
Because our city is growing rapidly. And as you know that there is two boundaries are there. One is administrative boundary,
Oui.
one is spiritual boundary.
The spiritual boundary.
Yes, yes. Spiritual boundary is there, okay, because it is very big, it covers very big area. But gradually our administrative boundaries develop their places.
Varanasi is a city of contrasts. Holy and timeless, it's nonetheless in the throes of rapid development due to the influx of huge numbers of pilgrims and tourists from around the world. I wonder if these constant transformations are affecting the city's spiritual dimension. I get the impression that the closer we get to the Ganges, the quieter it becomes.
Because when we gradually go near to the ghat, because their lanes are very narrow.
There are no more cars, only pedestrians.
Basically, these roads meant for the walk.
When you get here, it's as if the whole city was a huge path leading us to the Ganges.
Yes, because there is Holy Ganga. Na? Every road leads to that ghat.
It's the perfect passageway.
Oh, yes, yes. Because in Hinduism, ultimate goal is to be free from this type of hodgepodge, everything. So it is the main passage from where we can free from these materially things.
So when you reach the Ganges, you reach a point of arrival, both physically and spiritually.
Whenever we reach to the Ganges, in young age or in middle age or in last stage, every time we feel that, yes, this is our basic place where we get some relief, where we get some peace, where we get some things, heavenly things, you may say. So every time when we reach there or when we try to go there, it develops our feeling to next time I must visit that place. This is the thing.
It's on the Ghats, a long series of steps on the riverbank, that the religious life of Varanasi is concentrated. This unparalleled architectural ensemble, which follows the topography of the river, brings the inhabitants closer to the sacred waters of the Ganges. At this point, the river symbolizes the hair of the god Shiva. Many people come here to purify themselves or to be cremated on traditional funeral pyres. All along the Ghats, there are still monumental townhouses called Havelis, built between the 15th and the 19th centuries. Varanasi was one of the favorite vacation resorts for the Maharajas, princes, and wealthy merchants. But behind this apparent splendor, the back streets of the city reveal its fragile nature. Houses collapse, walls are filled with cracks, and facades crumble. It's as if the urban fabric was insignificant and the city was ready to discard it any time. The Havelis along the Ganges are no longer the homes of the wealthy. Families who are struggling to pay for their upkeep now live there. I enter one of them, some 400 years old, to meet Shotu Guru, a priest who lives here with his entire family.
Hello. How are you?
Good. Thank you for welcoming me.
When did you get here?
This morning. This Haveli is magnificent. When was it built?
The Maharaja Man Singh had it built and then passed it on to my ancestors. My father was born here, as was I. 5 generations in my family have lived here. Now I live here with my 4 brothers. That's 25 family members living here.
The first thing that struck me here was the silence compared to the inner city.
As you can see, the building was constructed in stone, which explains the quietness inside. The walls are thick and beautifully sculpted. Whatever's going on outside, you can't hear a sound inside. Plus, the building stands beside the Ganges, which also explains the tranquility.
When you're inside, you do get the feeling of being in a protective pod, as if you'd been removed from all the hubbub of the outside world.
What you say is very beautiful. It's a beautiful analogy, a protective pod. That's just how we feel here.
This townhouse also bears witness to a world that no longer exists, of a distant past, so it acts as a reminder of our fleeting existence on this earth.
Look at this wall, with its solid stone. The stone is ageless. It's the same for us, for our family and our health. We're all strong. Our family is solidly together, just like this stone. The god Ram watches over us and ensures the house stays solid. And the older it gets, the better it will be. Like diamonds that people wear as jewelry make them more beautiful and shine brighter, so the stone grows more beautiful over time.
So do you believe this city will never disappear?
The one big truth in this world is that everything has an end. I will disappear, my family members too, but these stones will continue to exist.
Yes. Thank you. While everything seems to be crumbling around us, I'm astonished at Chotuguru's confidence in the long-lasting nature of architecture. This Haveli, like the city, may be protected by deities, but the passing of time has left its traces. To me, this city is, with its flaking stone and peeling walls, a mirror in which we can contemplate our own finitude, representing both the beauty and the shortness of life. This material obsolescence doesn't seem to affect the thousands of pilgrims who flock to the city urged on by a spiritual quest. I want to know what they find in Varanasi. Guru Ravi Shankar, Chotuguru's uncle and a priest too, has agreed to discuss this with me. To many pilgrims, Varanasi is a compulsory passing point in their spiritual quest. What do people seek and find here?
It's an ancient city, a city of culture, a city of religion. People come here from all over India to seek benediction. People of all religions, because even the gods of other faiths live here. 33 million deities live here. All pilgrims who come here do so with a distinct feeling, their own inner feeling. After strolling around here and looking around them, they feel at peace. Peace of soul is what is most important. If the soul is in peace, you're on the right path to nirvana.
How do you view the effects of time on this city?
It's a very ancient city. You can still see very old buildings, like this Haveli, which is over 400 years old. All the Maharajas came here, and each of them built a monument or a mansion. Each of them made his mark before leaving.
At the same time, these townhouses and the ghats are gradually crumbling away. What will remain of Varanasi once all that has gone?
What's happening today is that people want to replace everything that's old by new things. Such changes are very troubling. Demolishing is a big mistake. Anybody can demolish, but not everyone knows how to build. If somebody has built something, we have no right to demolish it. If something was created and placed here, we have no right to move it.
Let's forget change for the moment. In your mind, what is there that's permanent in Varanasi?
If there are floods and hurricanes, everything may fall down on its own, then man can rebuild everything. But spirituality and culture will survive. These have been the true foundations of the city since the beginning.
Hearing Guru Ravi Shankar, I realize that his certainties about the future of the city are closely linked to his religious beliefs. Beneath the material Varanasi lies a spiritual Varanasi, which allows the former to live, die, and be reborn from its own ashes. To better understand this religious zeal, I go down to the Dasasvamedha Ghat to observe Ganga Arti, a ceremony that takes place every day at sunset. It's here that Varanasi came to be, and where you can feel the fervor that energizes the city. 5 priests accompany this ritual of light with their chants dedicated to the river Ganges. I'm somewhat overwhelmed by this spiritual effervescence, and I finally grasp what should have been an evident paradox. Here, everything is both in constant motion and still at the same time. Everything changes, yet nothing does. It's as if time had been suspended. Here, the river is used as all major rivers once were. Every morning, at daybreak, the banks of the Ganges come to life. The people of Varanasi come here to carry out their ordinary daily tasks, like bathing and washing clothes. The city's holy nature transpires in every single act carried out by the inhabitants of Varanasi. I now understand why temples and other religious buildings aren't considered to be the real basis of spirituality, to the point of letting them become run down. But OJ has been fighting for years to preserve this heritage, which is threatened by the city's modernization, and to ensure that these remarkable monuments are safeguarded.
And this temple is one of the oldest temples in the Varanasi.
It's a real work site.
Yes, yes. Restoration work is going on because total these walls were in ruined condition. We totally replastered them, and in old manner or in old material. We use lime mortar. We can use cement also. But that way, the essence and the feeling of this place will be gone.
But does everyone understand you need to use original materials and techniques?
Gradually, this feeling is come under the people, but some have that much money to create this type of work. Then they will go with their technique.
I imagine finance isn't the only obstacle. People's mentalities also need to change.
Yes, because we are in a age which is very fast. So everyone wants to do things faster. Basically, obstacle is there. It will take more time than modern techniques. Otherwise, if you have a will, there is a path.
For OJ, this type of work is a race against the clock. He hopes to be able to change mentalities and convince people of the importance of restoring the old temples and townhouses.
This is one of the oldest shrine of the Varanasi. 1868, Gwalior, King of Gwalior made this ghat and this palace and named this place as Ganga Mahal.
Ouais.
There are many tenants in this house. They occupied all the things. Gradually, after passing of time, they don't maintain it
Ouais.
because lack of manpower and many things. In 2011, the upper part and that bastion was collapsed
Ah bon?
Really?
D'accord.
because of non-maintenance and termite. And then we started restoration in 2012.
Là, le bastion.
The bastion up there.
That bastion.
Ah ouais, mais là,
Oh yes, I can see some parts still need to be restored.
It is a big process because we are making everything manually. Heavy machines are not here, so it will take some time, and gradually we will complete this project.
How long would it take to restore this building?
ça va être restauré, ce
I
bâtiment.
think 2 years.
Ah. Quand on voit,
When you see all these buildings, you realize that not only the passage of time, but also the passage of man, all the pilgrims that pass through here, have a profound effect on the city.
Our city was invaded by 5 times. So we have Hindu culture, Muslim culture, in fact, modern Christian culture and European culture also.
est-ce que vous
Do you mean that the architecture of Varanasi soaks up history rather than rejects it?
plus qu'elle ne lui résiste?
Our city has a complete museum of architecture. We have 1,000 years old temple in our town. Gradually we have many mosques and many palaces. So we have continuation of 2,500 years of architecture.
Depuis mon arrivée ici,
Since I got here, I've met priests who told me the city would never be destroyed because it's protected spiritually.
spirituellement.
In our belief, this city is immortal. We believe in that because I am a Hindu. Okay. But in Hinduism, there is medicines. This is a type of medicine, you may say, to protect our heritage and our old structures. Because if we don't protect these things, then it all will go on. So it is a type of our, you may say, it is our duty also to protect these things.
But don't such beliefs make your work more difficult?
Travail.
There is a rigidness is there. Obviously, there is light conflict, but we have to make them understand that what we are going to do. Otherwise, everything will lost, na?
C'est comme s'il y avait une
It's as if there was a division of labor. The priests oversee the spiritual side of the city, and you're in charge of preserving its material side.
matériel de la ville.
Yes.
At the end of my visit, I begin to understand why some people say Varanasi will never disappear, despite the fact that everything seems to be on the verge of collapse. The Greek philosopher Heraclitus said that we never bathe in the same river twice, because, according to him, the only thing that is constant is change. And that's how I see Varanasi, in constant movement and somewhat chaotic. A place where everything changes yet remains unchanged at the same time, where every day life starts all over again, as if the city, the river, and its people were trapped in an eternal cycle. This may be a way of finding one's place in the instability of our world. My name's Philippe Simé. I'm a philosopher, and I'm interested in how architecture tells us about our lifestyles. I'll take you to explore the most singular habitats on the planet, to discover the meaning behind them, and to share in their riches. Oni, hello.
Hello, Philippe.
It's a very impressive bridge made of bamboo.
We brought the bamboo from my village and built the bridge, as it's the only way to cross the river. Otherwise, we couldn't get to the main village.
Is your village far from here?
A bit further on. Follow me.
Okay, let's go. I'm in the far northeast of India, in Arunachal Pradesh, a little-known state hemmed in by Tibet, Bhutan, and Burma. I'm on my way to Pongen, a remote village located in the Siang Valley, deep within a vast forest. To reach the village, it's a 2-hour trek from the bamboo bridge. It's the home of Adi, known as the Men of the Hills, an ethnic group of about 100,000 people spread across the Himalayan region. In this state, long closed off to the outside for political and military reasons, the Adi had no choice but to become self-sufficient.
Here's my village. 50 families live here. There are several ethnic groups in this region. People call us Adi, Men of the Hills.
The Adi have learned to live with a local material, bamboo. They use it to build the framework and walls of their homes, but also their furniture. The Adi have managed to make use of all the potentials of bamboo and live self-sufficiently, making their isolation a strength. Renewable and free, bamboo is a precious resource for them and at the heart of a unique environmental and social ecosystem.
And here's my house.
Oh yes, you can see everything's in bamboo. The framework, but also the panels. Is this bark?
All our houses are constructed with bamboo. Even the walls and floors are in bamboo. We split the bamboo in two and then weave it together. We don't use any metal or nails. We use only bamboo for the construction.
It's very beautiful because it makes geometric patterns all over the walls.
Come in, I'll show you the inside.
Okay, thanks. Hello. Hello.
We call this room the volume. It's where the hearth is, where we cook, and where we sit in winter.
So who shares this house?
The first room is my daughter and son-in-law's bedroom. These two rooms are their children's rooms. That's my wife's room, and if we have guests, we put them up in here.
I think the bamboo brings a lot of softness and lightness to this house.
It makes the house very comfortable because it protects from the wind. So in winter, we feel really snug and safe in here.
Another thing I like is you feel as if you're constantly in touch with the outdoors. The bamboo filters noise and light, but without cutting you off from the outside.
How about some tea?
Sure, I'd love some.
Hand me the tongs.
Thank you.
When you drink a cup of hot tea, it gives you strength. Let's drink together.
It's good. It's a very beautiful house. How long have you lived here?
Oh, 20 years. But every 5 or 6 years, we have to do repairs because gradually leaks appear in the roof and the house gets damaged in places. Once a house is too damaged, we build a new one. Any bamboo that's still usable, we recycle it into the new house. We only throw away bamboo we can't use.
In the heart of this remote region, the Adi, of Tibeto-Burman origin, are either animists or Christians. They seem to have escaped the great movements in Indian history. For centuries, their life has been structured around rice farming, hunting, gathering, and of course, the use of bamboo, which is central to their material culture. Bamboo has a unique beauty. Tall and frail, buffeted by the winds, and yet so robust, it's able to resist all the hazards of nature. Much like the Adi, who have found their place in the middle of all these forests. Bamboo has numerous qualities, but the most important is that it grows incredibly fast, from 30 centimeters to 1 meter a day. The village is magnificent, set amongst the mountains, with all its bamboo houses. Have the Adi always built like this?
We've always built houses in the way we know how. Sometimes to a T-shaped plan, and sometimes to an L-shaped plan, but always according to our tradition.
Yes, I noticed there were two types of houses here. One where the houses have a kind of substructure filled with branches, and another where the house stands on small plates.
That's right, two types of house. The one we live in, and the one where we store grain and rice, which is raised. We fix the plates to protect it from rats and snakes. It stops them from climbing up.
But have the Adi always used bamboo to build their homes?
Construction has always been done with bamboo because it's easy to transport and assemble. And when people get old, they can't carry wood anymore, so it's much easier to use bamboo.
Is the survival of the Adi really linked to this natural environment?
Yes. Without this natural resource, our people wouldn't be able to survive. We'd have nowhere to live.
Ghani Zaman is one of a generation of Indian architects who wants to combine local traditions with the techniques of modern engineering. A renowned specialist, he has dedicated his life to bamboo. He visits the Adi to learn more and swap knowledge with the people who, since learning how to walk, live for and with bamboo.
So the house you're building will be just like this one? All the houses are the same, right? For how many years will they be inhabitable?
5, 6.
5, 6, 7? 7 years.
6. 6.
6, okay.
Ghani has recently designed a roofing system and has come to seek advice about its reliability from the inhabitants of Pongen.
The rain will come in here and go out there. It won't leak inside into the house. And if ever a piece of bamboo breaks, you just have to replace it. Whereas with leaf roofs, the slightest leak and you'll have to change the whole roof. If you use this roofing, it will really be practical for you, and you'll have a lot less effort to make.
Do you think this technique could be good if you used it in your village?
Yes, it's very interesting. It looks like a very good alternative. We won't have to change the leaves, and we'd save a lot of time. Plus, it'll last much longer.
Sure. In Pongen, everyone is curious to discover new techniques and ready to share their know-how. Around the village, there aren't vast bamboo forests, just small plots. But they meet the needs of all the inhabitants and allow them to be self-sufficient. For the Adi, everything is a machete's length away. A new house needs to be built. All the men join in. I accompany them to a bamboo plantation on the edge of the village. Funny, how do you pick which bamboos to cut?
If we cut them during the full moon, it's no good, because that's when they have the highest quantity of sugar, and that attracts insects. So we wait until the third day after the full moon before cutting them. Do you want to try cutting one?
Sure, I'd love to.
Hey,
Okay, let's go. The machete's really sharp. I'm not very accurate. I'm chopping everywhere. It's not easy. Almost there.
chop at this angle.
Like this? Backhand. I thought it was the age of the bamboo that mattered.
You can't cut bamboo before it's 2 years old. We can tell its age from its bark. Look at this one. Smooth and clean. So it's a baby bamboo. On the older plants, you can see black marks. As they grow, the bark becomes rougher.
To build a house, how many bamboos like this do you need? Because they're really big.
We estimate the number of bamboo plants we need instinctively. So, first and foremost, I listen to my heart. But I do know that for a small house, you need about 50. To build a large house, you need about 100.
Okay, here we go. Let's make it fall. Thanks. All right, it's not exactly the same. You need to get the hang of it. I chop any which way. Bamboo poles are light and easy to carry. Like worker ants, in less than an hour, we bring back the necessary quantity of bamboo to build the new house. In the village, everyone goes about their business. Whether it's school lessons, cooking, or farming, the Adi lead a structured life based around family and community activities. Ghani Zaman constructs exclusively in bamboo. The renowned architect has set himself the task of showing that it is possible to reappropriate this rarely used material and to make the pillar of a new type of architecture.
In the world, we have about 1,700 species of bamboo, out of which 900 species grow in the Northeast India. So why should I not be here? Why should I be anywhere else? Because bamboo is my life. And I need to work with bamboo and show the developed countries to what you have done to the world and destroyed it with your CO2s and all the gases that you've given up. We, in the Northeast, have the answer to your problem. So I'm here and I'm exploring that.
Why did you choose bamboo as your main material?
If I use wood, let's say I'm using wood. If I cut one tree, it'll take me 40 years, 30 years to recut it and use it. Whereas in the area of bamboo, I cut today one, 5 will grow up by itself. That's one, the reason. Secondly, bamboo absorbs 30% more CO2 than trees do. And gives out equally amount of oxygen than trees do.
Many people see bamboo as the poor man's wood. So, is it easy to spread the word about its qualities?
In the School of Architecture, very specifically, especially in India, other places also, they do not talk about bamboo. Because bamboo is a poor man's timber.
Right.
And bamboo is used for scrap holding, for painting your building. Besides that, nothing else. We as architects who have got together and we are building houses, high-end houses for very rich people, trying to show them and explaining and also proving to them that bamboo is a rich man's timber also, not only a poor man's. But we are also trying to increase the economy of the people. If I can tell these people to give me bamboo, I can buy it from them and build houses for the rich. So these people get an earning. They do not have to leave their village to go to a city and create bigger slums. This is going to help them. They'll sit at home and earn money.
I presume you also like bamboo for its physical properties.
Bamboo has to be felt, has to be understood. You cannot grab a bamboo and break it or cut it. You have to understand the texture of the bamboo, the species of the bamboo, how much compression that bamboo can take, how much tensile the bamboo can take. It's not easy. It has a learning process, step by step. You have to fall in love with that. Then only can you.
The house is being built for Biling, and it's a genuine collective undertaking. Every generation is involved, and they all know how to work bamboo. Everything is used, and nothing is thrown away. What are they doing there?
What they're doing here is splitting the bamboo.
Ouais.
And you can see they are going to make it into a flat. This is the flooring. This also will be made into a wall, weaving it into the wall. This is a technique which is it is common to all tribals of Northeast India. Everyone will do it. Because this is one of the most sustainable flooring system or walling system you can get. Okay. Okay, now he'll go to the next one. See the node. The node he breaks here and it goes right to the next node.
It's splitting more and more.
Because the bamboo has long fibers, unlike wood. Wood has got short fiber. The bamboo has long fiber. Because of the fiber, the tensile of bamboo is very, very good. They've taken the split bamboo and made it into a floor.
Ah oui.
So this has got the tensile
Ouais.
and it's got a springy motion. So you're not actually walking on hard concrete floor.
Ouais.
You walk the feet, on the bottom of your feet, you have nerve endings.
Right.
That gets massaged.
A foot massage.
Yeah. Then the tying. You can see the tying is being done with cane.
With this?
This is the skin of the bamboo.
Ah oui, oui.
They will use it as a rope.
But it needs to dry.
Yes. And the more they tie it, the more drier it gets, the tighter it will become.
I see. Ani, working hard? Everything is tied together like that?
As it is, okay? And they will use the palm tree leaf.
Those?
Yeah. They will use that, and it is very good for waterproofing.
It's all local resources. Everything grows right here.
Now, if you look at the foundation, it's not very deep foundation.
Ah oui.
It's a light foundation.
Ouais, ça se voit là.
You can tell they don't have to dig very deep.
Loin dans le fond quoi.
They will go in this much into the ground.
Ah oui. Ouais, c'est
Just,
peu.
yeah, about 1 foot down.
Ouais.
Now, you can see that they have cut into the U shape.
Ah oui.
U shape,
Ouais,
like this.
pour venir.
So they can fix other pieces of bamboo inside.
Et
How long does it take them to build a house like this?
This one will take about 2 days.
Ah,
2 days.
Is that all?
That's all, complete, 2 days.
Wow.
So if you're going to get married and you want to shift in with your wife to a new house for your honeymoon, they will build it for you.
2 days.
Yes, boss. Only for you two. Just don't make a racket, huh?
Fantastic.
Follow me.
It's finished, huh? It's magnificent. Good evening.
Good evening.
Ah, so you're all dressed up.
Yes, it's our feast day dress.
It's very beautiful. Really, really nice. Can we see the house? It looks superb from here.
Go inside.
It's brand new. I'll go take a look.
Go on, go on. Go right in.
Okay, I'll take a look.
You're welcome.
Can I go in? Billing's house is finished. According to tradition, all of the villagers gather for a ceremony. Hello. It's great here, all around the fire. We have much to learn from the lifestyle of the Adi. They have managed to turn their isolation into a real strength by taking advantage of bamboo. With this material alone, natural, long-lasting, and sustainable, they have adapted to their environment. For them, bamboo is more than the material condition of their existence. It's also central to an authentic way of life, more respectful of nature and of mankind.